Hello, my name is Fred Amrine, and welcome to College Affordability. Today's topic is the college decision, the three parts. College Affordability is a website designed to help parents and students best utilize their financial resources to pay for college and education. We believe there's multiple parts of the college decision, but before you start, you need to understand what the environment is around. College education today is big business, so there's a lot of cost and revenue and things that you need to realize of how an education is marketed to you and to your students. So that's an important part you need to realize. There's a great deal of focus on the admission portion of the decision. So what schools, you do your visits, SAT prep work, all those type of things, which are important because you want to have flexibility in your decision. But we often overlook the outcome of the education. What's the child look like at 25? What degree or what level of education will they need to get the jobs that you're looking for? This is why we believe there's an important part of having a multi-year plan. How will your EFC number change when you have multiple children in school? Will they need a master's degree to get the job they want? How do you do all that? I think is really, very important to create a plan so you can better utilize your resources and minimize the debt at graduation, which is becoming more and more of a factor for many people. Money's just not the only thing, though. Your child has to be happy where they are, and it has to be the right environment. So the school has to offer an academic environment that's going to be the best for them, and also the environment, big school, small school, how far away from home is it? All those type of things are important. You can't just focus on one factor, though. So having a multi-tier approach, weighing each of the factors, and trying to have an open discussion is very, very important as you go through this process. And the last thing you really need to focus on is on the emotional part. This can be very emotional, from peer pressure from students, from the schools, from parents, from family. You need to defer that as best you can, or control it as best you can. As I said, we believe there's three major parts of the decision. They all need to be weighted equally. This website primarily focuses on the financial aid side, or the financial aspects of this decision, which is very, very important. But there's two other major parts that I think are just as important and need to be weighed equally. One is the academic. So what is the school good at? What's the reputation in specific academic or career planning tools that school is known for? How close is the alumni to the school, and is there an establishment of job placement because of the alumni? That's an important part as you go make this decision. You may have to pay a little bit more to go to a specific school because that alumni has some ins or has connections to the school in specific areas. So that's an important part you need to weigh. Also, the size of the classroom. So it may be cheaper to go to a state school, but can you envision your child in a classroom of 400? Will they be able to learn? It may not be worth the lower cost if they're not happy. Or the third part is the environment. Big school, small school, how far away from home is it? Is it in the city? Is it in a rural area? How hard is it to get back and forth to home and to school? That can be grinding as you make this transition into education. So all these things need to be weighted out equally. But again, the major focus is what's the outcome of the education? Why are we going to school? What are we going to be doing when we get out? How much money will we make? Will I be happy with the career that I've selected? There's a growing concern in some recent surveys where the satisfaction of their education has declined substantially. And right now, anywhere from 30 to 40% of 30-somethings have been dissatisfied with their educational experience now that they're out in the working world. Part of that is the economy, but part of it is maybe some of the decisions they made where they had to go to the higher end and they took on more debt because college debt is becoming more and more of an issue. So what should you do as you go through this process? One, I think, is visiting the school while they're in session is an important part, seeing what the student body is on campus. Your weather and your student guide will have an impact on that, but you need to look past that. How the students are dressed. Does your child feel comfortable? This is an important part that we think is often overlooked, is the Career Center visit. And this factors for two reasons. One, we understand that they're young children or young students or young adults, and they need to have some direction. So if your child's not sure what they want to be, what tools do they have that freshman year to look at Myers-Briggs or personality tests? What careers seem like they'll fit them best? If they do have a good idea what they want to do, how good is that school on placing students in that career? What internship programs do they have? How many students graduated last year and got jobs in that career or that major? These are all questions I think that are very, very important and focusing back on the outcome of the education. I think investigating the quality of life and career. So this is having discussions outside of the academic world of, if you have friends of the family or things like that, they can describe what their career like in a specific area. So if they're a doctor or a lawyer or they're an accountant, all those type of things. And what's the opportunity going forward? Are there good job placements of that career looking forward? Having options or weighing them all equally. So maybe going to a local state college campus for a year or two and deferring the room and board for a period of time. Room and board now is averaging close to $10,000 a year. So if you're trying to minimize your debt upon graduation and you're going to go to a postgraduate program, that may be a great option. Again, this is where the peer pressure begins, where it's an experience and not so much the education. So I need to go away. I need this sense of independence. If you can minimize that pressure and envision your life at 25, we believe that that's a better solution. So all of these things need to be considered as you go through this process so you can make the best decision. Thank you very much, and please visit the rest of the resources on this website. My name is Fred Amrine. Have a great day.